Hello, I'm Alison Rainsford. I was the MP in Plymouth Moorview from 2005 to 2015, and I'm really delighted that at last we have a statue for and representing women of Plymouth, and it's called Nancy Astor, who was the first woman to take her seat at Westminster. I can't tell you how important it is that some of the work she undertook, and which is still sadly ongoing and necessary, is being commemorated. She fought very hard for working women, for example, fought for the right to set up nurseries for women who were suffering domestic violence. She understood that. She went into parts of Plymouth that other people simply wouldn't go, and dealt with the evils of alcohol on marriages in those times. So there's a lot for which Nancy Astor ought to be remembered and commemorated, and it's fantastic that we have at last got a statue of a woman on Plymouth. Don't forget the men. It's really important that we have male representatives at Westminster like Luke Pollard, who really understand and get the importance of women's rights, and will argue for them in Parliament.
Hi, I'm Linda Gilroy. I was MP for Plymouth Sutton from 1997 to 2010, and I've been part of bringing the statue project about in the beginning. I think it's really good that it's a cross-party effort. Luke Pollard, the current Labour MP for Plymouth Sutton, wanted to make sure that happened, and I think that's very fitting as far as Nancy Astor's concerned. She worked cross-party with a handful of MPs who joined her in the years after she won the by-election, and she backed things like socialist Margaret Macmillan's early years education work, and she also made sure that the law that came in 1928 to extend the vote to all women over 21, not just those over 30, got a hearing. And I'm sure that came about much more quickly. And of course, that was what enfranchised most working class women. So it's an important issue for us in the Labour movement to see this statue in Plymouth celebrating the first woman MP to take her seat in Parliament.
I'm a historian. And as historians, it's inevitable that we look to the past to find echoes of the challenges and achievements that we see today. While the lines of continuity with the past are not always crystal clear, they are there. Our present and the future are inevitably shaped by the past and those who inhabited it. Those are the pathfinders whose steps, whose contribution demand recognition, and whose paths begin with the first steps we can trace today in today's continuing demand for a better balanced world.
In the same way as it was 100 years ago, this has been a truly cross-party project, with people from all political affiliations working side by side to achieve what was said to be an impossible goal. It is so wonderful to see here today so many people who have been around from the very start of it. Luke Pollard and his Labour office, Alex, who is now a prospective parliamentary candidate, her friend Keris, who can't be here, ex-MP Linda Gilroy, who served this ward herself, and Alison Seebeck, who did too. But what we are celebrating now here is how Plymouth changed the world. When the women of this city wrote to Nancy Astor and asked her to stand, they did so knowing that they were teetering on the brink of an irreversible change in democracy, equality, and hope. Women had fought and died for the right to vote. Yet in 1919, there was still one goal: to see a woman on those green benches. And it was the women of Plymouth who rose and wrote and requested and asked Nancy Astor to stand.